In the year 1927, Mao Zedong, a senior leader of the Communist Party of China, led the army into Jinggangshan in southwest Jiangxi province. He chose the area as the starting point to influence China's rural people. At that time, nearly 85% of the Chinese population were peasants. Mao recognized the importance for the government to mobilize these people, and the key to their mobilization was fulfilling their demands to own land and property.
In this phrase, we can see the clear difference between the Chinese Revolution and the Russian Revolution, and we can see the signification of the Marxism, because Marxism, or the classical Marxism, or we can say the doctrine of classical Marxism and the Leninism focus more on the urban area, focus more on the urban riot. However, in China, we see the success, or the key to the success of Chinese Revolution is the peasant revolution.
The period from 1949, when the People's Republic was founded, to 1978 is regarded as the socialist construction period in the country. At the outset, China's Communist Party didn't have enough experience to run the national economy. So the new government simply followed the Soviet Union's model, but with a priority on upgrading people's living standards.
The first contribution of Chairman Mao in 1956 is to shift the focus from heavy industry to light industry, and to balance the relationship between heavy, light, and the agriculture. We call it the three industry. And also the second contribution of Chairman Mao in 1956 is to focus more on the mass, because Soviet Union's national development is focused more on the intellectuals, the expertise, and those intelligentsia, those professors, those engineers. However, in China, especially after 1957, Chairman Mao said that we should focus more on Chinese people. We should focus more on the mass. So we mobilized the mass.
Since 1978, when China pursued a reform and opening up policy, the Communist Party of China continued sticking to the Marxist theory, with more efforts on exploring a new way of socialism with Chinese characteristics. Since then, China has made greater efforts to develop the economy in accordance with its real conditions.
From 1978 up until now, well, the most significant and most critical contribution of Chinese Communist Party to the Marxism is the founding, or is the creation of Xi Jinping's thought of socialism with Chinese characteristics in new era. And that is the combination of the previous, well, I would like to say that's the combination of the previous, all the practice and the practical and the theoretical contribution to the Marxism. That is to stick to the Marxism, stick to the principle of Marxism, however, still focus more on Chinese situation.
2 centuries on, despite huge and profound societal changes, Karl Marx is still respected all over the world. President Xi said in the new era, Chinese communists still need to learn from Marx and to study and practice Marxism to keep the great ship of national rejuvenation sailing in the right direction. Chuck Tinte, CGTN, Beijing.